We are set to start. You're welcome once again, colleagues. The other community members will find us along the way. So this is our 5th ECHO session, and we are delighted to have you. It is again going to be a practical session like we had last time. So I'm going to begin by taking us briefly through the housekeeping rules which are being projected. I'm not going to go in detail, but just to highlight that one, we would like you to rename yourself and let us know the organization you're coming from or country, as well as your name. But also we request that we limit the chat room to what is relevant for this session. And in case you have any IT related issues, kindly chat the ECHO IT team as well as Ken. They should be able to help. So as much as possible, keep your videos on because we want to have that touch. But in case you think that the bandwidth are going to be compromised, then you can switch your videos off. So if you're speaking, you can have your videos on. We also request that you ensure that your microphones are muted unless you are speaking. Okay, thank you. Unless you're speaking. Otherwise, the rest of the housekeeping items are already projected, and I'm sure we all can read them. Once again, you are very, very welcome to this session. And okay. So at this point, I'm going to request any of us who is on this platform and has not introduced themselves previously verbally to open your microphone and introduce yourself. You remember we used to introduce ourselves in cohorts, like 2 countries. So in case you haven't introduced yourself before, please open your mic and briefly tell us who you are and where you're coming from in less than a minute. Over to your colleagues. Okay. It looks like everyone has already introduced themselves. That is great. So allow me to take you through briefly the agenda, and then I will ask Richard to take on from there. So today, as usual, we have gone through the introductions, and it looks like everyone has introduced themselves before, but we can also get to learn one another in the chat, especially if you indicate where you're coming from, country or even institution. That is good. After that, we are going to have Richard Kajumbula take us through a high-level summary of what we are going to cover today. He's also going to introduce our subject matter expert, Dr. Godfrey Mayende, whom we had last month, but he will talk about him and what he's going to cover. Before Mayende comes in, we are going to have a session where we shall be able to answer a few questions in case they are there. Then Dr. Mayende will take us through hands-on on how to have a talking class. And after that, we should be able to, okay, thank you. We should be able to have a detailed discussion, questions and answers, and then we shall have announcements. We will encourage each one of us to take a survey, which is very, very important in terms of guiding us on how to move forward, where your interests are. So we shall have a few minutes allowing you to take that survey. and then we shall have announcements and we have closing remarks that will be given by our own Yuta. Thank you. That is briefly our agenda today. So allow me to invite Dr. Richard Mayende to take us through, Richard Kajumbola to take us through the next session. Thank you.
Try, I'm unmuting. Okay, so thank you so much, Christine, for. No, I think let me see the background. I didn't. So I will see them. Thank you so much, Christine. As I organize, seen a message here, which is displaying on my screen. I can't share well, but I welcome you to this session, colleagues. Today we are going to complete our practical session with looking at the different aspects of the learning management system, and admit
Richard, are you there?
Richard, we can't hear you. Okay, we seem to have lost Richard, but are you there?
Yes, for me, I'm here.
Okay.
And I had seen Richard somewhere in the corridors. I think the network is the one that had a problem.
I think the network is back. It's back.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Richard, we can't hear you. I probably suggest in the meantime, you may switch off your video.
I'm back. I think I had gone off, but I'm now back. So is this my screen? What's Kenneth's screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
I think that was Kenneth's screen. Let me share. So is it up?
Sure.
Oh, is it
okay?
Network?
It has come now. Thank you.
Okay. So I think I'll just, they're big enough. I think I'm not going to slide share. I think there's a problem with the system on my side. But today's session is making Moodle courses interactive and learner-centered. And what does that mean? We are going to go further into seeing how you can create maybe links and discussion forums inside a Moodle course. That's what we're going to see basically. And I want to first take us through a reminder of what we did last time. So let me just share that other screen of last week's work. So last week, we were able to create courses in the platform. You were given each login credentials into a Moodle platform. And for each of the courses where colleagues were given login credentials, you had what called a course shell. So this is a course shell, an empty course shell with nothing in it. And for us to be able to create anything in the Moodle environment, we have to turn editing on. So in this corner here is turn editing on. So we're told that if you're going to work in Moodle and you're in your course, then you turn editing on. When you click on turn editing on here, then to give you editing tools that you can use to change, to add content, and even to move content. So you'll see this edit. And so that's the first thing you do with your course, that you turn editing on so that you can edit. Now, from there, what we did was to now develop some content inside our course shells. Let me share that also so that we can have a look at what we did. So Dr. Mayende introduced us to the platform, our Moodle platform, and we were able to put a welcome message. This welcome message is a very important aspect of any online course because you relate with your learners. So we're able to create this, but we said the first thing here is turn editing on. If you want to edit anything, you turn editing on. That's what we saw. And then it took us through creating this welcome message so that our learners can know who we are. So there's a short message there. And then we looked at uploading resources. Are they PowerPoint slides? Are they Word documents? Are they PDFs? How do you upload them onto the system? Then we also looked at the different sections. How do you change the name of the section? Because the facilitation will be inside these sessions. And that's where detailed interaction between facilitators and learners takes place on the content of the course. So inside here are lessons, and we are going to look at those lessons. And if I'm to share with you something small here, again to give us what I can call a sneak peek into what we are going to look at, I'll go to another course here. I'm going to show you another course. So I think it's Christine, is it up already?
Yes, it is, Richard.
Yeah, so we have looked at the welcome message, which we have seen in the other course, some resources uploaded, and we have these lesson sections. So what we're going to see is how to create discussion forums. Now, in my course here are forums, discussion forums. These are discussion forums. So you can see how to create it. It's going to show us how to create a forum. And then when we are inside a lesson, like for example, if I click on one of these, I click here. So how do you enter the lesson? It's going to show us how do you put that, click here to access the content. How do you access content inside a lesson? It's going to give us an overview of that. So when you go inside a lesson, ideally, the first thing that we should be able to see in our lesson should be the intended learning outcomes, okay? And then the indicative content. Now, there's a whole process of coming up with learning outcomes, and we're going to have a session of coming up with learning outcomes, or what some people call learning objectives, but they intersect somehow. But today, we're not going to have that session of learning how to design learning outcomes. That one will come probably in the December session. But right now, we're just going to see where do you put learning outcomes around here, the indicative content of your topic around here. How do you put navigation buttons? Next, how do you put that button? Because making course interactive also involves the navigation process. How do you make your course easy to navigate? Then how do you put online activities or activities? Okay, activities are put on the next page. We're not going to look at the creation of these activities because that again is an instructional design process which I'll go through. But what Dr. Mende is going to show us that if you have content on this page, how do you link that content How do you create a link of that content to other places? There could be resources you want learners to refer to. Maybe you want them to refer to go to a discussion forum. How do you do that? Maybe you want to have a video, the video inside your work. How do you put that video? So what he's going to look at is how do you put videos, how do you do links, not how to create activities or activities. Those ones shall look at them in due course to create an interactive online activity like this one. We shall look at that in the future. But right now, it's going to show us how do you, if you have content here, how do you link that content? If you have videos, how do you put videos? And that is when you're using Moodle. For some of you may be using other platforms like Blackboard, like Baobab, like Claroline, like Microsoft Teams, like Google Classroom. So they may have different methods of doing this, but for Moodle, this is how you do it. But the general structure of an activities page applies to all platforms. That one shall see when you're doing our instructional design. And also, how do you deal with the discussion forum? And how do you link to a discussion forum so that your learners can discuss? Those are things that Dr. Mainde is going to show us. And if time allows, he will also show us how to create a quiz, if time allows. Otherwise, that's what we expect Dr. Mainde to take us through. How do you create navigation? How do you link the documents? How do you how do you import videos here? How do you create a discussion forum? How do you link a discussion forum to this page here? How do you link an external resource on the World Wide Web? Yeah, if you want learners to, if you want them to click on a resource which is on the World Wide Web, like this book, if this book is on World Wide Web, how do you create a link there? So Dr. Mainde is going to show us how to do that. And so without much ado, we will have upon Dr. Mainde to take us through that session. Dr. Mainde is the director of the Institute of Open Distance and eLearning of Makerere University. He's a celebrated e-learning practitioner, a pedagogy expert, an instructional designer, and online groups expert, and an expert in Moodle. So Dr. Mainde, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Richard. I will just go right ahead and share my screen. Sorry. Yes, here we have the...
Dr. Mainde,
yes.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to make a comment. We could be having people here that do not have login details. So kindly chat with us. We can create your login details quickly as Dr. Mainde proceeds with his presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I can briefly show myself. For those who are not there the first day, so basically that is me, but I will request that I keep my video switched off because where I am, the connection is not extremely very nice. I don't know, Christine, can I keep my video on?
Well, Dr. Mainde,
It's better, eh?
Feel free, yes, feel free to do what you think will be the best.
Okay. Okay. So basically, yes, the other week we looked at a few things. That was me, and this week we are going to look at linking to vital resources. Basically, the course, how can you link to different resources within the course or externally, just like Richard has expressed. Renaming sections, topics, topic titles, so that you can be able to have different topics as you have had. Creating and populating lessons. That is the page for the ELOs and the page for the activities, as Richard has ably shown us. And then we shall be able to create discussion forums within Moodle. And then if time allows, we shall be looking at the creating quizzes. Creating quizzes, that's what we are going to be able to do. And basically, I am just now going to start on the demonstrations on those different items that I have indicated. So we Richard has already tried to take us to look through the course, the one we developed, which is this one. I remember last time we started by making, we had course shells, as Richard has ably explained. We create a welcome message, we added pictures. Someone is annotating in my screen, disable annotation from others. Here we have the welcome message, and I remember Richard I was putting Richard's name and putting someone else's picture, and he advised I have one, and I was able to add the picture of Richard. You can even have a third one or a fourth one, depending on the number of facilitators that are there. But we were able to also add this, because this was the template. It has different links that we can be able to add to link to. And here we added some resources, as Richard has ably enabled. We told you we added resources, a study guide, we added some introduction, but you can add as many resources here as a resource area and tools that you're going to be able to use. Yes, so we are now going to see, we can start, because the linking is going to be continuous process, as I'll be going through different avenues of, and I'll start by, like here we have a course overview. Maybe here we are saying for the course overview, and here we said for the course overview and learning outcomes, please click here. So before, you must have already prepared your course overview. But when you just come into the course and you didn't prepare it, then it becomes very difficult for you to know what are you going to click. You have not prepared the document. That's why Richard was talking about you need to do a preparation of the materials prior, so that we can just be able to upload them. For me, I have prepared the course overview document. So in order to add that link there for the click, remember in Moodle, we need to always turn editing on if we want to make any adjustments in the course. So we click on turn editing on, which is just on the right-hand corner of the course. And the turn editing on brings us here, and that means we have the opportunity, we can be able to edit this particular area. So if I click on edit and I edit this topic, when I edit this topic, it brings me what I have there in the course, which we did. But now I'm interested in this particular section where we have for the course overview and learning outcomes. Please click here for the course overview and learning outcomes. So you have already prepared your course. So if you want to create a link here, click here, and you want to click here to be a link, then you highlight it. Therefore, you'll be able to have this menu here in Moodle, and there's this this symbol which you're seeing. And when you take the mouse pointer near it, the pop-up will come up with the link showing you that that's the link. But you must highlight. You must first of all highlight where you want that to be. So when I click on highlight, I click on that. It's now asking me to put here the link. Enter. Yeah, enter a URL here for what you want to submit. If you have the URL already, then you can be able to make the submission. But it's always just a minute. It's always a good thing to actually create these documents within Moodle so that you don't get them from outside. I will just say, allow me save this first. Save that first, and then I go to here, add a resource. We are going to add another resource, course overview. So we are going to add here multiple resources. So when I click here on, we are now going to add a file. And we are going to refer to this as course overview. And here we are going to now click to get the document, because you already prepared your document. And then you choose file. and I'm going to, under here, I'm going to find course overview. I have some file I have created here called course overview. So I can double click on that. So it's going to be there. And then I'm going to click on upload this file. So here we have course overview, which we have there. And once that course is there, I can save and display, or I can save and return to the course. Let me just save and return to the course. So under the resources and tools, I have now also have added another resource called course overview. But allow me also add the indicative content in here by also going through the same steps. You go through the same steps by clicking on add an activity or resource. Add an activity or resource, and add an activity or resource will we shall say we want to add a file, and we are calling this indicative content, and we are picking up the indicative content here. We go to choose file, and I'm picking indicative content. I'll double click on that and click on upload this file. So it's now here uploaded. And then I can be able to say save and return to the course. Yes, now here you see we have different items. At this point, I want to know from the participants if they have been able to add any resource into their courses which they have created, because I don't want to be talking alone. Richard told me it's not always good to talk alone. Richard?
Wait, yes, Godfrey.
Yes, we want to, if somebody has been able to add because you don't have course overview, you can just add a file inside your resource and tool. So we want to know if somebody has been able to add a file there, which is going to use as a course overview. He can type one in the chat, and then we get to know. Yeah.
Okay, yes, please, colleagues, if you have been able to at least upload the resource or two onto your Moodle space, type 1 in the chat. Maybe Godfrey,
Yes.
we need to verify whether people are able even to reach their courses.
Okay, yes, maybe. Okay, maybe if you have
Maybe
been
the one
able,
can be for that one, yeah.
if you have been able to log into your course, please type 1 in the chat. If you have been able to log into your course, type 1 in the chat.
So Godfrey, you have 3 people who have been able to log into their courses. I don't know what has happened to the other colleagues. Either they don't, maybe, I don't know, if they have forgotten their logins, they can inbox us, or they can put in the chat, we can remind them of their login credentials. Otherwise,
Yes,
you can also check with any of those two, whether anyone has been, the 2, not the 3. I can first leave Christine out, then then maybe Samuel and Elaine, if any of them has been able to upload at least a resource, they can, one of them or both of them can type either one, or can type in the chat. If you have been able to upload a resource.
And the resources and tools.
It may not be the exact resource, but what we want to check is whether you can upload the resource onto Moodle. And maybe also link. Okay, so they have not been able.
So can
Christine, have you been
someone,
able? Christine, have you been able? Good. Maybe what Makere, our sound doesn't go through.
Yes, I have been able, but I'm trying to help a few people in the background, as you know.
Okay, Samuel says not yet.
Would there be a problem?
No, I think the Dr. Richard, the explanation went a bit too fast, so catching up was a bit difficult. So yeah, but I'm in the Moodle space right now.
Okay, that's why I decided to stop and then we see how to go about. Okay, so that means that I need to can Samuel, can you share your screen?
Yeah, sure. I can share my screen. Let me just do that right now. All right. So are you able to see that?
Yes, yeah.
All right, great. So I was in the space already. So, but then the explanation went a bit too fast.
Okay, yes, that's yeah, that's good to note. So now we are changing that topic number 2 to resources and tools.
All right.
You can resources and tools.
Okay.
Then you can press enter key. Press enter.
Where is it? All right.
It's going to come, yes. And under resources and tools, we just want you to show us how do you add a file. So you can add a file by going to add an activity or resource.
Okay.
Yes. But what I said is you should have already a file prepared for that, but I think you can just pick any file. File, you go to file. You've seen where file is?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Under there, you now have to give the name of the file.
Yeah.
For example, if course overview, I call it course overview. If it's a indicative content, if it's a study guide, if it's something, yeah.
Okay.
So you can just put course overview, but you will use a conference paper and put it there or something, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And then down, you scroll, you go down a little bit. And then here where you have select a file, you can click on this arrow that is coming down, or you click on that one where you have taken your mouse pointer. Both of them, yes, work. Yeah.
Okay.
Add a file. And you're going to choose a file. You click on choose the file.
All right.
Let
me choose something here. All right, let me choose this. Okay.
Okay. So now you can just click on upload this file.
Upload this file.
Yes.
Okay.
Good. Then you can come down to save and return to the course.
All right.
Good.
All right. So what is this now? New activity information. No,
we just remove that, or
okay,
and just add that. Okay.
Then we are done. Yeah.
So you have your course overview there, and I can see you have a nice picture. A nice picture. Very nice picture. Okay, that is good. Now, for purposes of, I just want to ask Elena, can you stop sharing? I also want to pick on Elena a little bit, because when you lose people at the beginning, then you will not get to them. Elena, can you share your screen? Are you in a position to share your screen? Elena? Elena? Okay, so that means, okay, good. Elena, wow, that's good. So you're able, you can rename your topic 1. You can rename it to resources and tools. I know you didn't put the welcome message, but just put there, rename this to resources and tools. Click on that pencil just beside topic 1. You can click on there's a pencil in front of there near topic 1, just like a pencil where you can you turn editing on. You can, instead of clicking on topic 1, there's okay, let me just use the annotation. That one, yes, that one. Then you type resources and tools. Resources and tools. Okay. And you press enter. Yes. Resources and tools. Good. Yes, resources and tools. That is in French, I think. But yeah, resources and tools, and then you have presentation. Presentation, I think I have said it in French. Richard can advise me, at least I know some bonjour and yeah.
You're doing well.
I'm not doing badly. Okay, you can stop sharing, Elena. Elena, you can stop sharing. Okay. Now, at least I am not alone. We are moving together with many others, but I know in the process some others have now been able to reach there. So we have some resources and tools, because this is where we have our resources and tools. You can put in PowerPoint, you can put in a Word file, you can put in Excel file, you can put PDF files, you can put them here into your resources and tools. But remember, what we are planning to do is we want here, you see that what has happened, because I have already named this file called course overview. And here I said for course overview and learning outcomes, please click here. So automatically Moodle will take this file and create a link, because it has the same name, which has been added into the course. I also added study guide, and here also I said for the study guide, please click here. So it already has highlighted study guide, the same to indicative content, the one we have. So here, if I want to, we said if we want to add, click here to add a course overview, which we have here in the course overview. So I want to know the link for the course overview. Then I have the possibility, I can right click on anything, like for example, course overview, the one I want to add the link up there. I can right click on it, and I can copy link address. I can copy the link address. So I can repeat that. I go to the file I have added, for example, course overview, and I'm going to right click on that file and copy move up here where I have the welcome message and click on edit and edit topic. I know Elena doesn't have a welcome message, so perhaps it doesn't have where to click, but we shall see how to do that as well. So here I have that for the course overview and learning outcomes, please click here. So I will go and highlight, click here. I highlight, click here. And then I click on this link button, which I showed you earlier. Click on this link button. I repeat, I highlight, and then I go to this link button. And this link button will bring me here, and I can Control V. I can paste the link that I have got for that particular documentation. And then I click on create link. After I have pasted the link there, you click on create link. So create link. When create link is done, I can now, I want to do the, after it's done, I will click on save the changes. Remember to click on save changes. Save changes will take some time and will load. And therefore, when I come here, I'll find for the course overview and learning outcomes, please click here. For the course overview and learning outcomes, please click here. Perfect. Is that okay? That's what we have done. And now I'm not going to do the study guide. But this one of indicative content. Indicative content. I'm going to request my friend, Samuel, to again share the screen and create that link of indicative content. Samuel.
Yes, I'm here. So
Yeah,
do I still use the same link? Allow me to just use the same one link, yeah? Because I haven't created other documents as well.
Okay, perfect, yeah. Perfect.
Okay, so let me share my screen. I'm thoroughly enjoying this practical session.
Thank you to hear that.
Right.
Yes.
Can you see that?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great. So I think what I got from you is this: you get to the link that you generated, copy link address.
Perfect.
I need to go to the welcome message. Then I need to look at, I think you mentioned I've already created whatever that the session that you said, you can see it's highlighting. Eh?
Yes.
So for the indicative content, you said, please click here. So I will highlight, I will go to the link, I will copy what I copied, I will create that link, and then I will save the changes and we'll be good to go.
Perfect. You are such a wonderful learner.
Thank you.
As we learn through the community, so much, yeah, we have to learn by doing.
Yes.
Perfect. That's very good. So when you click on it, you'll be able to see the document opening.
Wonderful. Let me see that. Let me just see. Oh yeah, it's actually downloaded. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, it has.
It has now downloaded, and the learners will be able to download that. Exactly. Sorry, Alice, for the internet hiccups. Yeah, you said you had some issues there. Sorry. Okay, now that's it. That's great. Anyone who has been able to, you can just type a 2 in the chat. If you have been able also to create that link with the internal document. Anyone else? I know Elena didn't have the welcome message, so it might be a little bit difficult. Anyone else was created that? Okay, I can just proceed. Yeah, so here we have been able to see that.
I've just, sorry, Dr. Richard. Sorry, Godfrey, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
All right, I raised my hand. So I wanted to find out, in creating, previously, in creating links or hyperlinks, I do not know whether what we've done is similar to the creating a hyperlink in a PowerPoint where you create that link to a document that is already there. If you do not want to paste it in the PowerPoint slide, and when you click that hyperlink that you've created, then it opens the document where it is. But now, usually what happens is that is linked to the document that is in the machine that you're using to show that PowerPoint. Yeah. So now my question is, for this link that you've created with the document that is in the computer, like for example, what I've done, is it the same thing, or does it now take the document from where it is and put it into this Moodle? Or should it be from the same computer that is there? I don't know. I'm just trying.
No, it's not. Yeah, when you upload your document into Moodle, and then you link to it, even if you leave that computer and go on another computer, you will be able to access, download, and pick that document again. I hope I've understood you right.
Yes, you have. Thank you.
Yes, yeah. Okay, that's what, yeah. So that's what we can be able to get in terms of creating a link. So here you create a link. We have said you right click on the document you want to create a link for, copy the link address. You go to your edit. You go to edit, and then you look for where the link is, indicative content. You highlight that, and then you come to create that link. Paste it there, create link, and save your work. That's how we can be able to create those links, and then we shall be able to go to them, click on them, and then you are in business. Now we are connecting to the document, but now here we have to access the university library website. Please click here to access the university library, and that means I can go on the internet, depending on the university, mark.sc.ug. I want to say, who can tell me, maybe just for purposes of us being very interactive in nature, I would ask somebody to search for a university library website, your university library website, and share it in the chat. Search for your university website and share it in the chat, so that I'm going to use that to link. So to access the university library website, please click here. So now we don't have a document inside, it's an exterior link. Can somebody share with the website from your university in the chat? University website in the chat. I'm waiting. Elena, my friend Elena, you can share the university website, the link to the university website, the URL to the university website.
Je vais d'abord chercher.
The interpreter can tell me. Hello?
She said she's going.
Okay, all right. Maybe we can wait for just a minute.
Yes, okay.
She's searching for the website of her university. Maybe she can put in the chat. It's there in the chat. I can see something in the chat.
Though this is for Samuel. I want also somebody else to give me as well. You know, Samuel has been a very wonderful person, but I need also to get somebody else, because getting a link to the university, I think everyone should be able. We want to see everyone's university link to the university library, not the university, but the library, the link to the library. Okay, Elena has given us a link to the library. I can just I can highlight and select that. Yeah, you select Aguzi has also given us a link from www.ughe.org, and Samuel has given us a link. So what, and this link should be going directly to the library. So what we would do here is basically is to go to edit topic, and under edit topic, we are going to say, down here is, let me go up to down so that I get that scholar. And here, to access the university library, please click here. So I'm going to select the click here, and I'm going to, I just got the same thing, getting a link, and this time the link I'm getting is basically a link that is going out of Moodle. So I click, I say create link. So I also do the same. I save the work. And when you come here, you'll be able to see that link. So when you click on the link, if I click on this link, it should take me to the library. That is if you gave me the right link. So now it has brought me here at the library with a lot of information that you can be able to see. Coming in here, textbooks and access library with a lot of information. So you're telling students to go there and access that. Okay. So I am still going to move backwards. Let me just move back and get out of that and go back here. So we have been able to see that you can also link to the external site. And here we also have to access university policies. Please click here. Maybe the university policies are there. There are some policies you might want the students to know, and you can create for them links to them, to the source. Anyone who has been able to create a link, you can type like 2 in the chat. But I think we have been able at least to see how to create links. Links to the internal documents and links to the external documents. Samuel, that's great. So you can create a link to the external and internal documents. So we have been able to see that that is possible. Now, that was looking at linking, though we shall come back to it again when we are linking to other sources when we are within lessons. Renaming sections. So here the sections are here, and we have already tried the renaming of sections. Basically, when you have familiarization, introduction to agriculture as unit 1, but sometimes you can say unit 1 familiarization. So you just click on the arrow here and say, I'll call this unit 0, and I press enter. And this one, I'm going to call it unit 1, and enter. So when you want to rename this one, you just click on it and say, maybe this is unit 2, and you get the name of the unit 2, and then you'll be able to just press enter, and it will be able to change. But now I won't make that adjustment. So here we can see that renaming of units is quite very easy. So you have all your units, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, up to depending on the number of units you have. And you are going to come at a certain point, and you find that the units, maybe you have more than 8 units. When you have more than 8 units and yet you want to get more units, Moodle gives us the possibility to add topics here. So you can be able to add another topic here by just clicking on add topic, and the number of sections you want to add, how many are they? Maybe I want to add 3 sections, or I want to add the 2 sections more, and I click on add topics. And here it has taken me up to 10. So you have many topics as you want. And you can name any of the topics. Maybe if I call this discussion forum, I've just named that discussion forum. But the naming sequence should be just naming unit 0, unit 1, unit 3, unit 4, and you name your units. And if you realize there's a unit, like, for example, you have all these units, but maybe you have only 3 units, and these other ones, you don't need them. So you have the possibility also to come here near a particular unit, and you can delete that particular topic as well, so that you have only those few units, and you don't want to leave for students blank units there. So you can be able to remove those ones. So I want to know from us here, if you have units renaming if you have been able to do that, you can just let us know by typing a 3 in the chat. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, so you have been able to do that. Renaming your units that you have. And I know, Elena, you should have renamed your unit as well because you have many. So I want you to rename your unit as well, Elena.
Oui, mais j'avais une question.
I'm waiting for...
Je veux savoir
Please,
yes, please.
interpreter.
Yes, please. What's the question? Yes.
Richard.
Yes, please.
Is there something
je
I did
disais
not...
que on a mis par exemple dans mon cours 4 unités. Si je n'ai que 5, si je n'ai que 3, je fais comment pour supprimer le topic 4?
Agatha, can you help, please?
Yes.
Oui, j'étais en train de dire que dans mon cours, on a mis 4 sujets. Si je n'ai que 3, je fais le topic 4.
Okay, she's asking in her Moodle. Yes, please listen. Yes, I'm there. Please. And she wants to change to delete
Okay.
one. She wants to delete one.
Can she share her screen? Please share your screen, Elena.
Please choose.
Please share your screen, Elena. I can see your hand is up, but please share your screen so that we can see what we can do. Okay. So you have you want to rename topic 1.
No, she wants to eliminate topics.
She wants to delete.
Okay, if you want to delete,
she wants to delete.
I will just do this annotation.
What does she want to delete?
She wants to delete topic 4.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, you want to delete topic 4? You go to, you see where I am highlighting where there's edit. Elena, I am highlighting there with the purple color. Click there and go to delete topic. Delete topic is now here down.
What item? That one.
Yes. Delete topic. And it is going, the page will load again and it will take it away.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is that fine, Elena? But Elena, can you rename this topic to introduction? Topic 2. Can you rename it to introduction? Elena, rename this topic to introduction. Good. Introduction. Press enter. Unit 1, introduction. Okay, perfect. Great. That's good. Yeah. Press enter, then it will load. So if you have another unit, for example, unit 1, because usually for us, we normally have unit 1 as orientation into the course, and we call it unit 0. And then unit 1 is where we have the introduction. Yeah, but that's good. So we can be able to rename our units depending on the course you're teaching, because everybody has different courses, and then he can be able to rename according to the way it is. Okay, good. Presentations. Perfect. That's a good, Elena. Yes. Now we can, you can stop sharing, Elena, and I proceed with the rest of the things so that you can be able to get Okay, I will just share again my screen. Yeah, we have been able to see how to populate. We have renaming sections and also adding other sections and deleting them. That's very good. Now we are going to something a little bit big, which is connected with creating and populating lessons. So within here, we are going to see how do we create and populate lessons. Because here is, yes?
We have 14 minutes to go.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So add an activity or resource. Yeah, but maybe if I add an activity, just to be sure, I can just highlight this. Copy that. Okay. Add an activity or resource. And here we are going to add a lesson. We are now going to add a lesson. Somewhere, we are now going to add a lesson. And here we shall always say to learn. To learn about, I just copied that, to learn about familiarization with LMS. I think that doesn't make sense, but you can say to familiarize yourself, maybe you can just use that word. Familiarize yourself with the LMS. Familiarize yourself with the LMS. We can say with the LMS, click here. So to familiarize yourself with LMS, click here. And here we are leaving it blank because we are going to click add the lesson, and then we click on save and display. Save and display. And here this will pop up with familiarize with LMS. Click here, and it will have this information that we are having here. And we need to add a content page. There's import questions, add a cluster, add a content page, add a question page. But remember, before you go to the even adding a content page, because we said we are going to have the learning outcomes, and then we have the activities. You will have already developed this document. Like for me, I already have this document here with me, and the document with the information that I want. So it's not going to be like I'm going to spend a lot of time with it. Here in this document, where we have like the first part of unit 1, unit 0, where we get to know other students, and so I'm going to pick information and I put it there in it. I'll be just copying. Just wanted to let you know that I'll be picking it here. So you go to add content, add a content page. Add a content page, and here we are going to call it unit 0. Learning outcomes. Unit 0 learning outcomes. Under here in unit 0, the content page, I'm just going to go to my document here, and I want to get the outcomes and up to indicative content. Up to there, right click that, copy. I go back to my document, and I can be able to click on paste. So I have this, the first part, which is unit 0 learning outcomes, which I have here with indicative content. But then I need to tell that on this page, I need to move to the next page. So jump to the next page, and here I'm going to write the word next. Here you have added unit 0 learning outcomes, and here you have added the content. Will be moving to the next page. So I can click on save this page. So save page will now bring us here to, this is the collapsed one, which shows us that this is what we have here, but you can have an expanded one where you have, this is the page you already have now. And what we are going to do, because we needed to add the unit 1 activities, but we also added the unit 1, unit 0 learning outcomes. So I'm also going to just add the other one. So to add, now that you have created the first one, to add the next one, you are going to click on add a content page. So when you click on add a content page, it is going to bring us here, and we are now going to call this unit 0 activities. Unit 0 activities. And because you already created you have undergone the course development processes, you just come here what you have developed in your Word document for this particular unit, and you move up to where you have this, right click, copy, and you go back to the documents and at page content, and you click on paste. So here you have your document there with the information that you require. Okay, the information that you require there, and then here you don't want them to go next, because we only have 2 pages: learning outcomes and the activities. So here I'm going to choose previous. I'll click previous, and here I type previous. And then when I click on save pages, so I have this page and I have another page here, but I want to preview. Maybe I should preview by going back to the course. When I go back to the course here, when I go to the course down here, I'm going to see that here I have a familiarization with LMS, introductions and expectations, and I said familiarize with LMS, click here. So that means that you will be able to just click here to familiarize yourself with LMS. So I can click on that, and what it does, it brings me to unit 0 learning outcomes, and has given me this. It has added next page, so I can click on next, and the next is going to load for me the next page with activities, and the next page is where it is purpose, over to you, preparatory research, activity 0.1, activity 0.2, and then all the others that we have. And then down here, you will be having previous to go back. So because you only have the learning outcomes and the activities.
There is a question. Dr.
Yes.
Mayende, there is a hand up.
Elena's hand was up earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay, I just wanted to know if anyone, at least if anyone has been able to create a lesson somewhere.
Yes.
Alice, have you created a lesson?
Yes.
Please, can you share your screen?
Yes, I can.
Let me just stop that. Yeah, good. I am excited.
Can you see it?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, I have created, added a lesson, and I called it leadership styles. And as I didn't have the previous set content, I couldn't proceed. But
but you can go, and we are going to just copy. Just click on add a content page.
Yes.
Add a content page, and then you will go to any Word. You go to your Word document on the computer, and just copy some text that you don't want us to see. You don't care us seeing. Don't show us things which are. Yes, you can just copy some text. So that, but here in the title, we are saying unit, it might be unit 1 or unit 2, but we say unit 0, learning outcomes. Page title. Alice?
Yes, please.
And where there's the unit, where is page title, you can put unit 1, learning outcomes.
Page title.
Okay. And then the content page, just copy some text. There in the content page, just add there, put there some text.
But I wanted, okay, let me.
Just copy. Okay. Then here you go to jump to next. You type, you change that to next, and then you type next up there. Type in that text where there is a red button. Next, perfect, and you save the page. Please do save. Okay, Alice, you can put it in expanded form. You can put it in expanded. There's collapse and expanded here. Perfect. So you have that page there.
Yes.
And down on this first page, we are going to create another page. Add a content page. Add the content page. You see there? Perfect. And we can even paste the same that we're just saying here, unit 1, activities. Unit 1, activities page. And then you can paste there something, because if you have prepared it already, it becomes easier. You can just paste there text that you already have, the other one you already have. Okay, good. And then you come here and say previous. And then you click on previous, you type previous there. It's many times you just pick the spelling from, you can pick the spelling from down here, because you just pick it up here. And then you click save page. Yes, now you can go back to your course app now that you have put the 2 pages, because this is what you're going to do for all the units. Go up, and go up again, go up, and go to your course LOP 1101. Click on that link.
Here.
There, perfect. And then we are going to go down, go down, go down. So, and okay, leadership style, okay, that's what you use. When you go there, you are going to click there. You can close that, maybe end the tour. Okay, but you can see that here you have the unit 1 learning outcomes, and when you go down, you can click next. And then you can have those ones, and you can also click previous. This is just to tell you that when you have prepared your courses, you have made the learning outcomes for every unit, and you have even activities for all the units. Then the conversation becomes much easier there, because you have right activities and you can be able to do that. So you do the same for all the courses. And now here that's what we would be able to do. Samuel,
Godfrey?
Yes.
I think you can use the next 1 minute to close, to conclude.
Okay. Yeah. I think we have seen that we have been able to see that you can add a lesson, but this same system of adding a lesson is the same. When you add for this lesson, you can also add for that lesson. The only thing is you have to prepare the content in advance. That's why I was giving a document, which I was just copying from. So when you prepare your courses in advance, that means that it will be much easier for you to just copy and paste there, because here, Unit 0 learning outcomes, these ones are already prepared and the content of that particular course when you do e-learning course development. And then here, when you go to the next one, you also see the ETBT pages. There are many things in the ETBT pages where you have to go to the discussion forum and discuss, where you have to go to do some things within the forums, maybe log in and do something. So there are different activities that you can be able to see. But these ones, you must prepare them. The thing, yes, I think that's all. And if you have you can be able to create a lesson and you set up these lessons very well. When you go through the course development and you have your document, then Moodle will be much easier for you, because then you'll just be copying and pasting the information there. Yeah, thank you very much, Richard. I think I should end at this point.
All right.
Good, Fred. I think that's okay. Christine, over to you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very, very much, Dr. Mayende. I think you've done us very good. At this point in time, I want to welcome anybody that has questions, that has a comment, and you want to share with us. This is the right time, and we are going to use 5 minutes for that. So kindly, you can raise up your hand, you can write in the chat room, and then you share with us a comment or even a question. Now, in the meantime, in case you do not have a question or comment, we also would like to remind you, in case you haven't registered, please follow the link and register. But you could also register thereafter. At this point also, we have a very short survey that we usually run. It is a less than 5 minute survey. This survey is very important for us as a community and you, because it gives us feedback in terms of the next steps, what you would like to have moving forward. So we really, really would encourage each one of us to take that survey. We are going to give you 5 minutes or so to also take that survey. In addition to that, once you take that survey, you also get an instant certificate for this particular session. So that survey is very, very important, colleagues. Please take it. So let me hand over to Richard to take us through the questions and answers in case they are there. So I can already see some questions. So Richard, over to you.
Thank you so much, Christine. Yes, is Moodle a free software? Yes, very, very true. Moodle is open source. You can access it. You can download it together with the IT team of the university where you are located. Dr. Mayende, many people are appreciating your good work. Maybe I can show some of the face today. But Christine does it that I never showed my face the whole time. Okay, so people are appreciating Dr. Mayende's work. Thank you so much for the work that you have done. Moodle is free, yes. Okay, I don't know whether someone else, our French colleagues, any question from the French side? Alain said that it's raining heavily that side, so they cannot listen in well, sorry. The French channel? Any question from that end? Oh, is our French channel on? Any question from our French audience? Okay, Christine, seems we are good. Most people, I think, are okay with what has taken place. We're going to share this recording with you, so we shall continue sharing. And of course, from the survey you give us, If it calls for us again to maybe emphasize this again in December, there's no problem. You're our team, we are a community, so we can again emphasize some things next session. Christine, over to you.
Thank you once again, Richard. Colleagues, I have just 2 announcements to make, and then I will hand over to our colleague Yuta to give some remarks as we close, and she will talk more about the survey, and then we shall end our session today. So the 2 announcements I have to make, one is that after here, one, we appreciate that the time we spend here is not enough, but we have a platform called Slack, which I'm sure most of you have joined. But in case you haven't joined, please reach out to me. I will send you the link and the details for you to join Slack. On Slack, please interact. It is a community platform. In case you have any issues, challenges, questions, comments, please raise them on that platform. The experts will reach out to you still on the same page so that the rest of the people can benefit. And they may not necessarily be questions for you, but you may raise them for the benefit of other people to learn from you. That is one comment. The other comment is that our December session, we are planning to bring it closer because we know that most people would be either traveling home or going for holidays. So we are going to communicate to you, but most likely it will come in the beginning weeks of December. So wait to hear from us in that regard. So at this point, allow me to invite Yuta to give us some remarks. Over to you, Yuta. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, Christine. Very nice to be part of this community and to see the 5th session. Just greetings on behalf of the ECHO Institute in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're very pleased to see these sessions happening and support them on the back end. And actually, I will hand it over to Connie to talk a little bit about the importance of the survey. So thank you so much, everyone, for participating.
Hello, everybody. My name is Connie Were. I am a program manager at ECHO Institute. So I just wanted to emphasize what Christine had said. We encourage you to take the survey. It is very short, only 13 questions, and I'll just share my screen really quick and show you the survey. So once you click on the survey link, you will see that there are options for the date. So just select the date of the session that you attended, and you can see we leave the previous dates open. So if you missed taking the survey for a previous session, that is still available to you. And this is just the consent for the survey. And here we let you know that we keep your information confidential. So we do not tie the surveys to the participant. So your responses are completely anonymous. So please feel free to answer the questions honestly. We will not be able to tell who has given which response. And you can decide if you want us to be able to use your responses for a research project or not. And here you just click and answer the questions and let us know how you feel about the different aspects that we are here. And then once you get to the last question, you can decide if you want a certificate of attendance or not. If you click yes and submit, you'll just put in your name and your email address, and your certificate will be instantaneous. You will get it right then and there, and you will be able to print it out or download the certificate. So once again, please just know that we appreciate your responses to the survey questions. We want to know if you feel your skills have increased or not. We want to know if you would recommend these sessions to your colleagues and how the sessions could be improved, and what barriers you may have to attending the sessions or to using what you have learned in these sessions. And we use that information to improve the sessions. So you can see that the organizers were able to bring forward the practical sessions because of your responses in the survey, where you said you are very interested in doing the hands-on learning. You also mentioned in the surveys that the case studies, learning what other countries were doing, what their struggles or successes were, was very interesting to you. So that was definitely something that we highlighted in our reports to the organizers of these sessions. So if you have any questions about the surveys, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. And thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Connie. That was really good. And thank you to everyone. We are on top of our time. We want to appreciate you once again and thank you. See you early December. Bye-bye.